Hi Year 2! Today we're going to talk to you about childhood in the Victorian times. I've got all the Year 2 teachers with me to help me explain how the Industrial Revolution changed what life was like for children, especially for poor children. So you'll need to get your rich and poor notes page out and make sure that you make some notes as we go along.
Hi you two, Miss Nolan here. I want to talk about how great it would have been to be a rich child in the Victorian era. Rich parents thought that childhood was a time to play and learn, so rich children spent their childhood playing with lovely toys and going to school. And the pictures here show you some of the toys that they might have played with. So this photograph's got a doll's house and a doll with some toy animals, and it all looks really lovely. Also, rich children were bought expensive and clean clothes to wear, and they lived in big, clean houses. Although I'm not sure I would have liked to wear this particular outfit here if I was a little boy in the Victorian times. This dress is beautiful. Some rich children were taught at home, and some went to school, but only rich children had the opportunity to learn to read and write. So overall, I think I would have really liked to be a rich child during the Victorian era.
I agree, Miss Molam. However, life wasn't always perfect for rich children. Often when Victorian children went to school, the school only had boys or only girls, so children could only make friends with others of the same gender. Children who were educated at home were taught by a governess, not their parents. In fact, rich children were often completely taken care of by servants like governesses and nannies, and they hardly saw their parents at all. Some rich parents also thought that children should be seen and not heard, so they were dressed in lovely clothes, but not allowed to say what they thought. They could be very strict.
That's a great point, Miss Wilshire. On the other hand, poor children had a very different time. The Industrial Revolution meant that there were hundreds of new factories, but there were not enough workers for them, so children had to work in the factories. They were very dangerous places, and lots of poor children had injuries from working in them. You can see this boy has got no shoes on, and he has to climb around the machine to do his job. It was really easy to get very hurt in the factories. The children had to work from sunrise to sunset, and this meant that they had hardly any time to play at all. In addition, poor children lived in small, cramped houses, sometimes sharing a bed with their whole family. There was no room and no time to play, and with everyone living in the same rooms, houses became really dirty. They were also not allowed to go to school, so they could not read or write.
But Mrs. Havel, there were a few good things about being poor in the Victorian era. You could spend all your free time playing with anyone you wanted because you didn't have to go to school. Poor children also got to spend lots of time with their families instead of with servants.
Would you rather be rich or poor in the Victorian era?